There's not a lot of helpful stuff on YouTube about oneness at the moment, so I'm hoping to change that with this video. The sense of oneness is a deep feeling of harmony and connection, and it's something that most of us have experienced at some point in our lives. It's certainly something we can experience a lot more often, every day in fact. And the way to do that is simply to go out and be around nature. When walking or resting in nature, be still, look, listen. See how each animal and each plant is completely themselves. Unlike humans, they haven't split in two. They don't live through mental images of themselves, so they don't need to worry about trying to protect and enhance those images. The deer is itself. The daffodil is itself. All things in nature are one with the whole. They have not withdrawn from the structure of the whole by asserting a separate existence, me and the rest of the universe. Contemplation of nature can free you from that I, the great troublemaker. Whenever you bring your attention to anything natural, anything that has come into existence without human intervention, you step out of the prison of conceptualized thinking and to some extent participate in the state of connectedness with being, in which everything natural still exists. To bring your attention to a stone, a tree, or an animal does not mean to think about it, but simply to perceive it, to hold it in your awareness. You can sense how still it is, and in doing so, the same stillness arises within you. Something of its essence then transmits itself to you. You sense how deeply it rests in being, completely at one with what it is and where it is. In realizing this, you too come to a place of rest, deep within yourself. Eckhart says, when you go out for a walk in nature, be still, look, listen. How many times have you been out in nature and not paid attention at all to what's around you, but just been lost in your mind, playing over old conversations, imagining all the things that could go wrong in the future, and just being lost, really, lost in this world of the mind? If you stop and pay attention, if you look and listen, it's not difficult to do. You'll find that you come out of that bothersome, complicated, stressful world of your mind and find yourself present. How many times have you been awed by a beautiful sunrise or sunset, or you've been walking about and suddenly you've discovered a creature, perhaps a little bird building a nest, or a dragonfly landing on a leaf, and immediately you're drawn into presence with them. Eckhart says each animal, each plant is completely themselves. They haven't split themselves in two like we have. We go through life thinking it's me and the rest of the world. And many times it's me against the rest of the world. But animals and plants are just one with the whole. Let's look at this tree behind me here. Look how still that tree is. He says when you observe, really take time to just be still and observe nature. There's something of its essence that's transmitted to you. Another way of saying this is that we share the same energy and nature rebalances us. So where we get all lost and caught up in the conceptual world of the mind, in our psychological drama and the stories of our life, nature brings us back to earth, grounds us. It helps us come back to reality. When was the last time you contemplated nature? When I'm still and I look, listen, immerse myself completely in this experience of nature that's in front of me, I lose myself. I forget about myself and I sense the oneness. Now remember something very important here: to bring your attention to something in nature doesn't mean to think about it, doesn't mean to analyze it or label it. It's absolutely fine, of course, to have all this knowledge about nature, but sometimes that can interfere with that sense of oneness, because knowledge keeps us up here and we want to be here. Eckhart says to bring your attention to a stone or a tree or a creature is simply to hold it in your awareness. So many beautiful birds around here this morning. Let yourself get lost in this awareness. This is where we find that place of rest. You know, try as we might to create laws and put systems into place for the well-being of the planet, there's nothing quite as effective as the awareness of our connection with nature. Oneness isn't some romantic ideal or far-off goal. It's the deepest truth, and it's waiting to be experienced in our daily life. Notice your relationship with nature. Allow it to transform and become deeper. It doesn't really require effort. It's more of a relaxing out of the illusion of separation into the awareness of the oneness. The present moment is rather demanding. It demands all of you. It's not satisfied with a part of you. It wants all of you to be present. It doesn't want a part of you lingering in the past. It doesn't want you projecting your ideas and opinions onto it. It wants all of you fully awake, fully present, fully here in oneness, feeling the presence, experiencing this moment as it is, free of your ideas, free of your past, your future, free of your beliefs, and free of your projections. In the awakened state, you're no longer projecting your past, your future, your ideas, your woulds, your hurts, your hopes, your desires, your judgments, your preferences. You're no longer projecting any of that onto the present moment in a truly awakened state. So then the moment can reveal itself to you as it really is. And you feel it, you experience it, you sense it, you know it in silence. You experience the oneness that is here. When you're present, you're quite literally the energy of love. It has nothing to do with who or what you love. You are love, and you emanate love in the same way that a candle emanates light. You are also the energy of acceptance and compassion, and you are empowered from within. Can you imagine how your life will change as all these qualities of presence begin to flow into your life?
I love how Leonard Jacobson puts it. The present moment is rather demanding. It's not satisfied with a part of you. It wants all of you to be present. I love that. I love that we have a jealous and demanding present moment. It doesn't want us to multitask. It doesn't want us to have one foot in the now and one foot in the mind with our shopping list or what happened yesterday or all the many, many things that we need to think about. It wants us fully here, now, present with life. But most of the time, we're not willing to give it all our attention, are we? On the one hand, there's the outside world and all the things that we need to do, all the responsibilities we need to fulfill. But there's also the extremely busy psychological realm where we give ourselves even more to do. I mean, not only that, but it's like you have this really annoying secretary up there pestering you all the time, reminding you of all the things that you need to do, all the things you didn't get done that you were supposed to get done, all the things that went wrong in your life or not according to plan, all the things that you don't like, etc., etc., etc. And all the reasons why you simply can't be present right now, but only in some future moment. And here's the present moment in the midst of all that's going on in your mind, and it's saying, won't you just be here with me now? Can you just stop for a moment? Can you be free of all your plans and regrets, your beliefs, your projections, and all the things that you're constantly thinking about? Can you just be here and be free of all that, just for a moment? It's the greatest invitation, really, isn't it? All of nature is inviting us to be present all the time. Do you know what happens, though, if you do respond to that invitation and you do give this moment your full attention? What happens is this moment reveals itself to you as it really is, and you open into oneness. You sense it, you know it, you experience it. It's here all the time. We've just been too busy to notice. When you're present, you're quite literally the energy of love. Haven't we all experienced this to some extent, where you've just been so one with life and so completely present that it's almost like you've sort of dived into this flow of love, and in that moment you've been able to minister to someone who needed it. You've been able to get completely immersed in
the joy and bliss of this moment, or you've tapped into this deep wisdom and understanding that you're actually okay the way you are. Not only are you the energy of unconditional love, but also within that, acceptance, total acceptance, and rich compassion. This deep love, acceptance, and compassion for all of life. What more do we need to live in a happy and peaceful world? What more do we need to take care of the world's problems? What more do we need to live a fulfilling life? What more do we need? You can't hold on to anything. You can't seek anything. All you can do is relax into the present moment and accept the present moment as it is. Honor the present moment as the truth of life and the doorway to God, and it will reveal its hidden treasures. God cannot be known with the mind. God cannot be understood or defined. The best that the mind can do is believe in God. But to believe in God is a very poor substitute for knowing God through your own direct experience. And once you know, there's no need for belief. For me, God is silent presence at the very heart of all things present. God is real. God is here, now. But we are not. We have become absorbed into the past and future world of the mind. If you want to experience the living presence of God in all things present, you will have to come to where God is. You will have to come out of the mind and become present. When we become fully present, we will begin to sense the presence that is in everything. This presence is what I mean by God, and it is reflected in the expression, God is omnipresent. Do you know what happens when you spend this kind of time in nature? You sense the oneness with nature, and you become fully present, and you sense the oneness with this moment. Then spontaneously, you can sense the divine presence in everything. Leonard says that the present moment is the doorway to God. Do we need a better reason to be present, to stay present, to not think our way out of presence all the time? And I love his definition of God. He says, for me, God is silent presence at the very heart of all things present. What a beautiful description of God. A silent presence at the heart of all things present. And that doesn't just mean this beautiful nature all around me, but it means within you. Yes, there's a silent presence within you. And all this helps you find it. God is here right now as this silent presence, as this unconditional love, as wisdom, peace, joy, and so many things that we can't even imagine. God is too big for our little minds. God is too wonderful even for our hearts to fathom. But God is real, and God is here, everywhere. But we're not. We're missing most of the time, aren't we? We're all doing what we've learnt to do. We're all doing the best we can according to what we know. So there's no judgment needed here. There's never any judgment needed. It's never helpful. Rather, what's needed is wisdom and understanding. He says if you want to experience God, you have to come to where God is. God is present, always present. We have God's address. God is here, now. Not hard to find at all. The separation melts away and everything becomes present within you. Everything is just here and you're one with it. You're just one with it. There's no more separate identity. There's no more me and everything else. It's just here now, oneness. The concepts, ideas, opinions have all been put to one side. All the knowledge has been put to one side. Everything that normally concerns us isn't here to bother us and take away our attention from this moment. And the deeper you go into this presence, the more you realize that it's one. Presence is simply God. It's spirit. It's divine energy. It's the universe. Whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change what it is. So remember, as you go about your week, as you go about your day, you know where to find the doorway to God. Notice nature. Allow it to draw you into stillness and appreciation. Look, listen, and sense. Allow yourself to open into this sense of oneness and discover the doorway to God again and again and again. There are so many doorways to God, so many opportunities to sense this glorious oneness. It's indescribable, really, but I still give it a go. In this video, we want to get back to the oneness. That place of connection, true connection.
Sorry.
Sorry, I didn't hear you coming.